He's Duke right now. What up, Duke? Okay, so when we start this match, I want you to come out through this door, or maybe even this door. Left door. And I'm gonna come out through this door here, just to check our corners, make sure we're safe. Because a lot of times you'll see tracers hanging out right here if no one comes out through that door, or Reapers or Junkrats. Check in here, make sure there's no surprises. Maybe a quick check in here if it's not too time consuming. Okay, once we're good, check up here, make sure there's no Junkrat spam. A lot of times you'll see Junkrats just shooting off walls here, or just shooting off this wall here. So make sure you take care of any threats on top of this red building first. And make sure these buildings are clear too, for any Widowmakers or Hanzos or Genjis, whoever, and with that building. And make sure you just make callouts. So we're gonna have a Pharah up here too, so she can help you with the callouts. But just, I'm assuming most teams are gonna hold right here. So enemy teams holding, you know, normal spot, holding high ground, normal high ground spot. Maybe just back up so you don't get shot. But eventually, I do want most of our team to end up on this side here. If there's a soldier over here, or if there's anyone over here, you know, obviously we're gonna dive them. But if it's clear, then yeah, just make sure we clear this side right here. Here we're all good. Make sure there's nothing down here, no surprises. Okay, good. So at this point, it's gonna be you, Pharah, Genji, Winston, and Mercy. Kind of off payload, so we're just gonna have our Zen pretty much pushing payload by himself, which is kind of imperative that we make sure that there's no flankers down here at first, so he's not getting harassed. If he calls out flanker, then we're gonna have to drop back, or maybe just you drop back and help, and maybe push cart with Zen, or maybe I'll do it. Maybe the Winston can do that too. Either way, someone help out the Zen if there's a Tracer back here, or someone else, Genji. Otherwise, if they don't have anything like that, let's say they're running maybe a soldier and, I don't know, a Junkrat, and they're all over here. Then our next job is to kind of put pressure on them while our Zen pushes payload, but make sure to keep an eye on them. Make sure they're not diving him. If they're diving him, then you're gonna have to help out with that. You can put pressure here. Potentially, some people, maybe not you, but some people can go around this way. Put pressure from this angle here. Keep putting pressure on them from different spots. Maybe if you're here, maybe you drop down. Now you're down here. I wouldn't recommend going in here. This would be a little unnecessary because you don't have a good angle here. But yeah, just kind of keep the pressure on them so our Zen can slowly push payload. Sooner or later, they're gonna end up, you know, somewhere right about here, right? And this is probably hands down the hardest choke to get through in the game. So once you get the payload to about right here, I'm okay if you want to still be up here, putting pressure right here. But eventually, probably make your way down the cart just to keep the Zen and the cart moving. I mean, nothing new. Just kind of get some kills right here if you can. We'll have our Pharah up here putting damage. We'll have our Genji somewhere around here doing Genji stuff. So we'll have our 2 tanks and hopefully our 2 supports. Maybe our burst might be with the Pharah. So maybe just 2 tanks and a Zen on cart. Helping push. If all goes well, if we get a pick or 2, that should be our green light. You know, once we get those 2 picks, everyone says, oh, 2 picks. Come in and start messing stuff up. Bang, 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 pew, pew, pew. Okay. And then that should be a easy walk-in for the first point. Okay. That doesn't work if we get stopped, you know, right here, and worst spot to get stopped at. our game. I do want everyone, well, mostly Zen. He's gonna have the hardest time, but I do want him to come up here on the high ground. Obviously, everyone else can get up here pretty easily except for Zen. But at this point, I mean, depending on where the card is, if the card's right here, I do want us to put pressure from the high ground because we got a lot of different places to shoot from. Here, here, and then here also. So we got really 3 points of attack, whereas if we're down here, we just have the 1 point. So I do want us to use this high ground if we're getting stuck right here. Just kind of mix it up, right? Just come right here if we need to. Mercy's low. If someone makes the call out, you know, maybe dive the Mercy if she's low. If that doesn't work, you know, maybe come back up here. There's a Junkrat spamming from in here. Just mix it up a little bit up here. Once we get those picks, you know, then we'll drop down and we'll clean up whatever's necessary. Okay, so if we're still getting stopped on the high ground and the low ground, maybe we're getting desperate. I think I'll have you or Nehemiah maybe come this back way here. Nehemiah with this blade and or gems, whoever we're playing with, you with your bomb. But this is kind of like a little secret bomb spot if they don't see you, right? So if they don't see you come up here, you can maybe go for a sneaky bomb here. Line it up. Go for a quad kill right there. Maybe if they don't have a shield, then maybe even team kill. So let's just try to work on the timing of that if you have time to practice in custom games. I feel like if you aim at this top window right here, that's probably a pretty good spot to throw it.
Nerf this.
I would try to throw it just above like this spot right here, where I'm standing, just so you kind of get a pretty big blast radius. I mean, there's really no way to hide from this, except from the statue. If you get behind the statue here, you'll be safe. But really, you're not safe anywhere else from this bomb that lands like on top of this right here. I mean, it really can get everything. Just keep that in your back pocket if we need it. So. Okay, so that's first point. Second point, very crucial that if they try and contest, if they're trickling at the very end, maybe say like a Roadhog or some of their DPS, even their Mercy. If we get kills right here at the very end before we capture point, let's push up pretty hard and go for the staggers right here. You'll have Genji, you'll have Pharah, you'll have a lot of mobile people with you. Mercy should be with you. I don't care how far you gotta chase him, just chase him down. And when it's over, just go ahead and maybe come up here. And just come back to point. So for the second point, okay, once we get staggers, let's get 3 on cart. Push it as far as we can. Alright. Maybe get to, depending on how bad we staggered him, we might be able to get pretty far. But if we get no staggers, that's just not the reality of the situation. Enemy team's probably somewhere right here, maybe right here if they're really ballsy. But I think most teams probably either hold right here, around this corner with some decent cover. If that's the case, I'm gonna have 1 tank. Yeah, probably either you or Winston. You guys can figure out who. Come up here on the high ground. 1 to contest anyone that's up here already. If there's a soldier up here, I do want you and Genji and Pharah to focus whoever's on the high ground first. And maybe you get Mercy up here too, so Mercy can kind of fly back and forth between low and high ground as needed. But a couple things are going to happen once you get up here, you or Winston. Because I don't think Winston's cannon can reach. And eventually they're gonna have to either scoot back or scoot underneath here, and then we'll just kind of dive them whenever we get the right chance, whenever we get the right picks. And so we're putting pressure. If they have a D.Va or a Winston come up here with you guys, we should have enough firepower to demech the D.Va and or kill the Winston, Genji, anyone else that they have that tries to come up here. Really just putting pressure on them from here and kind of scooting it back a little bit, maybe that way. Or just giving our payload room to push, right? Okay, so that's what they're holding here, if we don't get any staggers. If we do get staggers, kind of torn between having you on cart as opposed to Winston. I mean, I do like that D.Va has more range with her gun. So I think it makes more sense for you to be up here. Maybe we'll keep the Winston and the Zen on cart. You know, okay, assuming, so let's say we get staggers. We're pushing. 3 on cart. Probably you, Winston, and Zenyatta. Pharmacy's up there. Genji's up there. Okay. Once they start to respawn, though, I do think I want you up here on the high ground, and we'll leave Winston on cart to kind of help out with keeping Zen safe. And then same thing, we're just putting pressure on them from the high ground. They have a soldier up here, or a McCree that comes up here. Widowmaker, for all we know, I don't even know. Same thing with this side. If they have someone high ground on that side, we'll call it out. You know, Farah, can you help out with, you know, high ground on the opposite side? I don't know if Genji, I think Genji can dash over there too, but I think it makes more sense for the Farah to help you out. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't miss that jump like I just did. Because then you're in trouble if you're down here and behind enemy lines. That's not... Okay, so if you do like a straight line, it should be okay. Should make it with plenty of space. You're kind of going zigzag. Okay, still made it. Okay. But yeah, that's second point. Just really control the high ground. Drop down when you need to. Let's say there's like a Reinhardt and another tank picking on our Winston and our Zen. Yeah. Drop down when you need to. Help out. Clean up. If there's flankers that are picking on us, maybe help out with that too. Maybe just stay in the low ground if you need to, if there's too much pressure on the low ground. We'll leave our Farah to clear the high ground. And just dive whoever needs it. Okay. That's second point. Really just... I mean, I might even have you on payload instead of Winston. I don't know. We'll work it out. Someone can... We'll figure it out. But probably have you up there, just because Winston doesn't have the range that D.Va does. Excuse me. Okay, so same thing with first point. If we get some kills right here, last second people try to contest. Kill. Get a kill on the high ground. I do want us to push up here too. And get whoever's staggered. This spawn room right here. For these payload maps, staggers are really important. I noticed T does a really good job of pushing up when he's, I think because he's used to it, because he's always playing the flanker. But I do need you to be a little more proactive with coming out here. I know it's probably not habit just yet, but hopefully it'll be like secondhand nature pretty soon. You'll once we cap, just push up. I know I do it all the time. Sometimes when I shouldn't be, but okay. So now we're pushing. If we don't get any stagger picks, if they all just respawn and they're a full team, I feel like most teams will probably try to hold maybe, I don't know, this is kind of an awkward spot. But maybe they hold around this corner. I don't know. I can't say what they're going to be holding. Probably somewhere right here, I'd imagine. I feel like we have a lot of team fights that break out right about here. Nothing fancy, just kind of, you know, brawler style, death ball. Just kill whoever's around you. Keep your supports safe. They're getting flanked. So if we win that fight there, or if we get staggers and they're all resetting right now, I'm probably gonna switch off the Winston on this port. I feel like that shield is gonna be really helpful for us here. But for this point, I think I do want you on cart more than you have been in the past, kind of helping push here, especially if we still have the Winston. If I haven't got a chance to switch yet. And just diving high ground whenever high ground needs to be dove, but if they don't have anyone on high ground, then just stay on cart.
Get through this.
Watch this. Watch the flank here. And yeah, just stick with cart. Get kills. Once you get the kills, again, maybe stagger at their spawn over here. Push up, push up. Oh, we still have a couple people pushing cart. We can have our mobile heroes pushing up here, getting the picks that we need. Okay. If we get stopped on any point, just stick with the Reinhardt, I guess. Reinhardt probably, well, no. Actually, if we get stopped, I think I do want you to make sure the high ground's clear first. Make sure the soldier's out of here. Then drop down. Then help the team from here. Okay, so that's attack. Defense. I'm a little torn about where I want us here. I'm okay if you want to start up here. Same with Winston, or maybe we're gonna have Soldier Junkrat. I don't think I want Junkrat up here. He's just a little too vulnerable up here. But if we do start up here, I do want us to push back pretty quickly. I'd say maybe once the cart reaches about right here, that we push back and hold here. If you're gonna get first point held anywhere, it's probably gonna be on Dorado. It's probably gonna be right here. I don't have statistics or anything, but I do think first point holds on Dorado are a lot easier than probably any other payload map in the game. Mostly because of this choke right here. It's a pain to get through. So drop back pretty quick if you're up here at first. And maybe put some pressure on them from here. Take some damage, maybe get Mercy some ult charge. Kind of call out who they have, call out their comp. Run away. Set up here. Just wait patiently. Okay, so once we get here, I mean, nothing that we don't already know, just watch for the high ground, watch for there. Occasionally watch for the desperate flanks if they have a Genji or a Pharah. Or a D.Va even, like I was telling you earlier, maybe their D.Va saw you get a team kill over there, maybe she wants to try the same thing. For a nice little ult right here.
Suiting up. Now show them.
But yeah, nothing fancy here, just make sure we keep this area on lockdown. Really do watch for this side here. Whoever's playing hit skin, if it's Nehemias, he usually likes to play a little risky and be up here, which sometimes works out for him, but most times he usually ends up dying up here. And we can't get a res off on him. So then we're gonna have to play extra cautious if that happens. Actually, maybe we actually play. So we're gonna have the Narissa in this map for defense at least. But maybe we start with the shield here. Get some damage in there. Drop back pretty quick. And maybe we set up the shield right about here. Just so we can kind of see both worlds. We can see the stairs here. And we can see the point here. If they start pushing through this way, you know, we'll just readjust the shield here. And fight here. I think it makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's put the shield here. And then here if we need to. Kind of in this little corner, we have a lot of space to run away. There's a health pack over here, if anybody ever needs it. A lot of room to work with, right? Okay, so we're doing damage, we're getting kills, they're getting tilted, and yeah. Good job, everybody. GG's. So that's the first point. If we all get killed, maybe by Grav, and we didn't have a Transcendence. Second point. Yeah, we're probably only gonna get one good fight there. If we lose, I don't want us to try and trickle in and contest. If we spawn here, I'm gonna have the Orisa and everyone else come with these backstairs here. Soldier, the Junkrat. And we're gonna set up top here. Chris is gonna put the shield maybe somewhere like this. Actually, maybe like this. So it covers this wall. It covers us this way too. So, good thing about Dorado is if you can't hold first point, you can probably easily hold second point. If you have this high ground, I feel like. I mean, it's really unfair. Like, I mean, we can see everything. You can see the choke, and we're safe at a safe distance, safe with the shield. We can see all the flank routes. You can see a soldier running up here. You can see a tracer coming through here. We can see it all. I wouldn't drop down until they get about right here. And that's just you and Junkrat at that point. Actually, maybe just you. I think we spam up here, and there's not really much they can do about it. I mean, they can try to dive us with a Diva or a Winston, but it's all six of us up here. I mean, they're toast if they try and dive us up here. I mean, I don't really know unless someone falls down on accident. I feel like we can probably hold this first part fairly easily. Really trying to think of like some scenarios that would be, if they have double shield. But we'll have a Junkrat. We'll have a lot of damage. We'll have an Orisa spamming. We'll have Diva spamming. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how they can stop this unless they just dive us up here with like all six people. I mean, that's what I would recommend for us. If this is happening to us, I would recommend we get our Diva, Winston, Pharah, Genji, everyone up here. All right, this is happening to us, but happening to them, I don't know. I don't really know what they can do about this. Maybe if they have a Bastion, that might actually ruin our day. Field, we'll just kind of have to play it by ear, I guess, if they run the Bastion here. Okay, but anyways, like if Soldier ends up coming through here, we'll just have to keep an eye on him. I mean, don't go chasing him. And if he's just kind of back here being annoying, just know that he's back there, but you know, don't really pay him too much attention, unless he gets too close, right? Because I mean, if we dive him here, he can easily either go out through here or just jump here and run away through here. Get the health pack back there and be safe and sound. Same with Tracer. I wouldn't pay Tracer too much mind. I would think Soldier's more of a threat than Tracer back here. Unless Tracer has Pulse Bomb. Just listen for the callouts if someone sees Tracer over here. Like, oh, Tracer's waiting for a Pulse Bomb, you know.
Boosters engaged.
Maybe she goes for 3 blinks and, pulse bomb there. Hopefully we can eat that if it happens. Yeah, I don't even know like if their whole team ends up going back here. I don't think that's gonna really help them that much either. I mean, we have this area under control. That door is their only way to get up here. I mean, they can, I guess, come through church down here, maybe. Under us, we can't really see them. I mean, eventually they're gonna have to touch payload or move payload, depending on where the payload's at. I don't. So again, if payload starts moving pretty far, maybe I'll have you jump down for a second, and maybe use your matrix, contest, take some damage, get Mercy her ult if she doesn't already have it. And just same thing, just keep following payload, just keep spamming. If they have a Roadhog, I think you're the only one that can survive a hook down there. So let's say you get hooked by Roadhog. Ugh, matrix away, should be okay. He shouldn't be able to hook anyone through our shield unless our shield breaks. Shield breaks, back up for a second. I'll look at the new shield, and we're back to the spam. I would say when the cart gets to about under this bridge, it's probably when we need to jump down. So if it gets to about right here, then we'll jump down and attack them from under the bridge. But at this point, they don't know which way we're coming. We can come this way, we can come that way. They're kind of torn. And the Junkrat can do a lot of work right there too. You and Junkrat, probably the only two jumping down. Okay, but so for whatever reason, if the card gets to about right here, I think I'm gonna have our Orisa on payload, and everyone else up here. Just kind of making callouts. Watch for tracers though coming through here. I know our views can be a little obscured from right here, depending on our positioning. We can see her. I mean, she's gonna have to come through here, but if we're not looking, maybe she can get behind us, come through this backside, and hit us with a nasty pulse bomb. Either way, yeah, just make callouts from up here. Dive down when you need to. If the rest is taking too much damage, help out. Yep, just really controlling the high ground. This part. Okay, we're running out of time, so I'm gonna have to do this third point real quick. Third point, if we get a chance, let's say we get a stop like somewhere right here. I do want us to get a stop as early as possible on this part of the map. And then if we end up getting like a team kill, I want the shield, the Orisa shield right here, or the Rhine shield right here, whatever we have. Just kind of stopping them right here, recharging our shields, our matrix if we need to right here, and then resetting up right here. Basically holding this choke, which is really going to push them through this side. They're eventually going to end up coming through here. And then we'll just bring the fight to them right here. That spot's a little more open than our spot is. But we'll be patient. Watch for the flankers too. If they're all going that way and if we're all distracted, they might send someone through the middle. Okay, and if we lose there, it's really just maybe hold right here next. Watch high ground. That's pretty much it. Let me know if you got any questions. I'm out of time for the skirmish, so long video. Sorry. All right, catch you next time.